Hi, I'm Ethan. I love muzzleloading. Today we've got some black powder news from the garden. First up, fans of GOEX aren't going to be excited. It looks like, according to the main powder house and the rest of the dealers here for GOEX black powder, that the production date has been pushed back again for GOEX black powder coming out of the Minden, Louisiana plant. Now understand that by the time you see this video, just because I have to get some things done here on the farm, you've probably already heard the news, but the main powder house sent out an email this past weekend about some of the black powder updates that they are seeing as we go into the summer competition and the fall hunting seasons. I know it's early to be thinking about that, but time is really moving fast this year, it feels like. In an email sent out on Saturday, May 20th to main powder house newsletter subscribers, according to the email, GOEX dealers were informed of the new projected production date being the end of June 2023. If they're able to make this happen, they will not begin shipping product out to dealers until August at the earliest. GOEX has also informed us, being main powder house and the other GOEX distributors here, that prices will be going up, but they have not yet distributed a new price list. I think for many of us that have been watching this since the start, this is another blow, really. It is a disappointment, it is a big stinker. But that's just kind of how things are going right now. If you work somewhere in manufacturing and production and you're not seeing delays right now, really hold on to that job and make as much money as you can while you can, because wow. I know I'm seeing it in my day job right now where manufacturing and producing things is difficult. That's not meant to defend GOEX here. I think, you know, honestly, they were pretty overeager, it seems like, in announcing so early on when they would have powder. But I think this is a learning experience for them and the people that have taken over there. It does stink. I mean, it just does, you know, being told January and that getting pushed off, but still, I think the support is there really for the brand, and I think that when it does get out, I think people are going to continue to buy GOEX simply because it's American made and the brand recognition for it. People like this powder. It's one of the only questions I get really is any updates about GOEX, what's going on with GOEX, and you know, I think when it does get here, people are going to be excited to buy it again. I think it's just going to be a bit of a longer wait than we anticipated. If you missed it earlier this spring, the Wall Street Journal published an article about GOEX and about the facility and the troubles that it's been through. And it gave us more insight than has been publicly available since GOEX sold to Estes Energetics here. I encourage you to find out that article. I have some information out about it at ilovemuzzleloading.com, but it details much more on the military side of GOEX and the need for GOEX by the American military, down to what rounds of ammunition are using black powder still today. And it provides, I think, some more insight as far as outside the muzzleloading black powder and the fireworks industry, as far as what black powder is needed for and used for. The article is behind a paywall, but some clever folks out there have figured out how to disperse some of that detailed information. So you can find that online if you're interested in that. It really, for me, was interesting because it detailed some of the issues that the facility has gone through. The facility was really not in good shape when it was sold to Estes Energetics. And then even during the rebuild process of getting it back online under Estes here, they saw just some difficulties, including a water main breaking on like the middle of the campus, which is something that you can't really help. I mean, that just happens just because, you know, materials and infrastructure wears out. So seeing delays like that, it's a lot of stuff that you can't really help, which is why I'm not angry. I know people out there say that I'm like shilling for GOEX and things, but I try to have a level head and understanding a little bit as far as what people can help and what they can't. So I encourage you, check out that article if you want to learn a little bit more about some of the issues that they've been going through and get an idea of how black powder is needed and used by the military, especially with what's going on in Europe. And then in terms of getting notice that the prices will be going up, I mean, I think it's smart for GOEX to say that now, because it's better to say it early on than it is to wait until it's in production and then to see a price increase on the shelf or at your local shop. They don't know what it is, and I wish we had a better idea, but I think that gives us an indication as to where they are in production. They're still kind of working through these kinks and possibly still trying to source or waiting on materials. Raw materials right now are really an issue because they're taking so long to get and just about everything that you could want to make and do. And then the prices are volatile. So I think that's part of why we're seeing there's gonna be a price increase, but we don't know what it is yet here out of GOEX. Prices going up aren't exclusive to GOEX. The main powder house also said that they got a new container of Schuetzen and Swiss powder from Europe, and unannounced to them, and it seems like even the distributors, Schuetzen Energetics in Texas, the price for the powder has gone up 17% for Schuetzen and then 22% for Swiss. So that's also some big news here. And it, you know, GOEX is not alone in announcing that there's going to be a price increase there. The only thing about Schuetzen and Swiss here is it seems like it caught the US distributors and the US dealers off guard a little bit here. But that's just kind of a fact of modern life right now. And it's a real stinker. I know that a lot of people I talked to got into muzzleloading because it was fun and it was a little cost effective compared to a lot of modern shooting. And now we're not seeing that. We're seeing prices tick up to a point where people are beginning to prioritize their modern centerfire shooting of necessity for hunting and competition, because those are the things that they have and can get supplies for. So not some great news this morning coming out of the Blackpowder side of things. It's a real bummer. The main powder house also says here in their email, which I'll have posted at ilovemuzzleloading.com with a link to the main powder house here, that the prices listed on the main powder house website as of May 20th and possibly as of when you're seeing this video, depending on when the websites get updated here, do not reflect the 17% increase for Schuetzen and the 22% increase for Swiss. Main powder house here says their current inventory on black powder is very low and that they're going to be working on a new order for Schuetzen and Swiss. I don't know what this means as far as the amount of powder coming into the United States here, if it is lower than it was, or if just demand has been so high that they are depleting orders and inventory faster here. The NMLRA shoot and the June Spring National shoot is going to be coming up here, and I hope to have some time to talk with representatives from Schuetzen Energetics as well as GOEX Black Powder here to get a little bit more insight so that I can provide you with something straight from the horse's mouth. This video has been a little bit of a balance of information as it's coming in and then my thoughts and commentary on it. You know, what I say is just my thoughts and my thoughts alone. I'm not really curtailing that for anybody here, and I understand that not everybody wants my opinion, and I don't expect you to, but that's just how I'm laying it out for you here. I appreciate you coming along on this little bit of an unconventional video as we're here in the garden getting a couple things done. But that was some noteworthy news I thought that needed to be shared and needed to be spread. And like I said, you've probably already seen it on the forums and on social media and things, but there's a little insight for you from me if you hadn't already seen it. I hope it's informative for you, and I hope that you can continue to get out with your muzzleloaders. I really don't want this period to stifle muzzleloading right now. Coming out of COVID and coming through COVID, we saw a huge increase in people interested in muzzleloading, and many of the state hunting boards are starting to announce that they're seeing hunting license sales go down to pre-COVID levels, and I think we're going to see that continue, and I think we're going to see that continue in muzzleloading. A lot of people that got into it are going to start to get out of it. That might mean some cheaper or affordable secondhand supplies and things from those people that are getting out of it, but it's also going to mean you know, we've missed out on a little bit of an opportunity here to grow the community and the sport. So I hope that a number of those people, and if you're watching, I hope that you continue to enjoy your muzzleloader, even if it's just a few shots a month. You don't have to burn an entire can of powder, an entire pound of powder a year to be a part of this community and enjoy your muzzleloader and enjoy the history with it. So please don't hear this news and then just quit with your muzzleloader. Please hold on to that history, hold on to what you enjoy about it. Through this, It's a classic American sport that's been through a lot more than this, and I expect it to continue to be carried on through future generations here. But I'm just bringing this up for any of you out there, that might be considering dropping muzzleloading because of this news. Hold on to it. It doesn't cost you anything to hold on to that muzzleloader. Keep it in the safe or keep it in the closet wherever you're storing things. But that's all I've got for you this week. I'm Ethan. I love muzzleloading. Like I said, we'll have everything else at the website at ilovemuzzleloading.com. This piece of information, this news, came via the Maine Powder House email newsletter, but then also a friend of the program, Russ W. out of the great state of Pennsylvania. So thank you, Russ. If you have any news or leads on muzzleloading stories, you can shoot me an email at ilovemuzzleloading@gmail.com, and I'll try to get it turned around and out and verified so that more people can know and understand what's going on. Thank you so much for watching. We'll catch you next time.